Hey y'all, Tab here and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, thank you so much for stopping by to check out this Let's Cook Y'all video. So guys, today we are going to be making eggplant parmesan. Now I know I said on my last Let's Cook Y'all video that I would not be making any more cooking videos, but I guess I just stretched the truth a little bit. So I did have a good time doing it, so I decided to go ahead and start back doing those videos. And so today we're going to be making eggplant parmesan. And so I went ahead and beat my face a little bit and threw on a cute top. And I'm going to put my apron on to make this parmesan because after this video, I will be filming another pretty on a budget video on some things that I've recently purchased. And also, I may be doing another little quick express haul for you guys as well. I'll have to see about that. So let me get my apron on. I have my hair still wrapped and I have a headband on because, you know, I told you that I do not like to cook with my hair down. So got my headband on. So let me throw on my apron and we'll be ready to make this eggplant parmesan. Stay tuned. So for the eggplant, I have 2 eggplants, 3 eggs, a half cup of all-purpose flour, and this is about 2 cups of breadcrumbs. I just went ahead and poured the breadcrumbs in here out of my container. I did not make homemade breadcrumbs for this recipe. And also we have 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, which I have already used some to pour in the skillet so that way I can heat it to fry the eggplant. And you guys, for the toppings, I have my chunky marinara sauce, mozzarella cheese, Parmesan cheese, basil, oregano, and some salt. Now that I have my wrinkled up apron on, don't you guys laugh at me. I'm going to go ahead and get started by cutting up the eggplant. So the first thing I'm going to do is just cut the stem off, you guys. On both of those, I'm going to set that to the side and I'm going to do probably like a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch on these. Now that I'm done cutting up the eggplant, what I'm going to do now is take my salt, sprinkle both sides with it, and then I'm going to place them in this dish. I'm going to actually stack them so that way it could sweat any excess moisture out, and we'll have to let those sit for 10 minutes. After that, I am going to pat them dry to get all of the excess water off of them, and then we will start dipping them and frying them, y'all. Okay, here we go. Not too much salt to make them salty, just enough to make them sweat all of this excess moisture out of them. Then we're going to start stacking them here in this dish. Now I am done stacking them in this dish, and this is what it looks like, you guys. So they're just stacked on top of each other. So I am going to set my timer for 10 minutes, and then we will get all of the excess water off, and then we'll be ready to start dipping it into the eggs, the flour, and the breadcrumbs. Now that our 10 minutes is up, I am going to go ahead and pat these dry, and we'll get ready to start dipping them. And then we are going to fry these for a couple of minutes. So as you can see, you guys, the salt that I sprinkled on front and back of these, it makes them sweat. So we have to get all of that off, including the salt that I used. So I am going to layer the paper towels with these. And then also I am going to pat them dry. So we're gonna just pat these dry. Try to get all of that salt off. And then also so that way they won't taste so salty once it's done. So I'm gonna finish patting all of these dry, you guys, and then we'll start dipping them and frying them. So now that I have wiped off all of the excess sweat and also the salt from these eggplant, I am going to start dipping them in the flour first, then the eggs, then the breadcrumbs. So I'm going from my right to my left and into the skillet. So I'm using 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil to fry these in until they get lightly brown, and then we will put these on paper towels to soak up all of that excess oil, and then we will start layering the eggplants in the dish. So what I'm gonna do now is take the eggplant. I'm gonna coat it in flour first on both sides, really, really good. And this is what it looks like on both sides. Then I'm gonna dip it into the egg and let all of that excess egg just drip off. I already have my oil heating on the stove, and so we're gonna coat these really, really good on both sides with the breadcrumbs. This is what it's gonna look like on both sides. Then we will place it into the oil. So we'll repeat this step until we get all of them fried. So right now I'm just coating it with flour, egg on both sides. Let all of that excess egg drip off. And then into my breadcrumbs. So I'm gonna get done with this part of it, you guys. And then we'll come back at the end and start layering it into our casserole dish. So once you're done frying your eggplant, and you're gonna fry them for about 2 to 3 minutes to just get them lightly brown on each side, this is what they're gonna look like, you guys. So I'm gonna get done frying the rest of them, and then we'll start layering the casserole dish. Now that I have most of my eggplant done, I am going to take a paper towel and get all of the excess oil off of them, because you don't want your eggplant to be too oily when you go to eat them. So we are getting all of that off. And then we're gonna start layering our casserole dish, you guys. I've already layered the bottom of my casserole dish with a 1/2 cup of the marinara sauce. And again, I am using the Ragu Simply Chunky Marinara sauce, okay? So that's what that's looking like. So now what I'm going to do is take my eggplant and start layering it. And you can make as many layers to your liking, you guys, as you would like. And I'm gonna get a small one to put right there. All right, you guys, for the sake of time, I am gonna go ahead and start layering my casserole dish. So now I'm just gonna start putting on the mozzarella cheese first. We're gonna layer it first with that. And like I said, you can make as many layers to your liking. I'm gonna try to do at least 3 layers. My family likes a lot of cheese, you guys. I think I put a little bit too much there. I put a little bit more. Okay, then I am going to layer it with some marinara sauce. Now that I have it layered with my marinara sauce, I am going to layer it with some Parmesan cheese. All right, you guys, so this is what it looks like before popping it into the oven for 30 minutes on 400. I have already preheated my oven, so this is ready to go, and I will show you what this looks like when it is done. Here's the end result of the eggplant parmesan, you guys. Look at all of that cheese just oozing out of there. And it did turn out really, really good. It tastes really good, y'all. So I will link the recipe in the description box if you guys are interested in making this. And also, if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment on this video. I would really appreciate it. I always have to remember to say that at the end of my videos. But I am going to end this video here, you guys. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.